40 weeks for men. 40 weeks for men. 40 weeks for men. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 40 Weeks for Men. We're doing it again. Parenting together. Thinking about parenting together. 40 Weeks for Men. So, my special guest is back again. She's going to help us think through this topic today. So, do you want to introduce yourself, darling?
Yes, hello. I am Ashley. I am Chris's wife. And I am back on 40 Weeks for Men, even though I am a woman.
Yes, you are. A lovely woman at that. Right, so we're going to be talking about mutual respect. And that can be a difficult topic when thinking about parenting together. So I guess before we start, it's really important to say we are not trying to project our relationship onto anyone else. We're just trying to open up a safe space to be able to think about this, parenting together, to be able to plan and to be able to think about how you do this well with your partner in your specific personal thing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not projecting here. We're just trying to come up with solutions together. So yeah, that we're not experts. We're just here like sharing our experience and actually thinking how we can do this parenting thing better together. Yeah. So without further ado, let's just get into it, should we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So the first thing we wanted to sort of talk about was with this idea of parenting together and mutual respect being a really important thing. What is your perspective on that?
Well, I definitely think it's something that should be cultivated very early on. But, you know, the idea of respect is something that's very subjective.
Yeah, subjective.
So depending on your upbringing or depending on, you know, things that have happened to you in your life, how you wish to be respected might be completely different to what your partner thinks is respect.
Yeah, it's different.
So it's definitely worth having a conversation from the outset about how can my spouse or my partner show respect to me. Is it through their tone of voice? Is it through the types of words that they choose when they're having a conversation with me? What is it that is going to make me feel respected when that person is talking to me and communicating that?
Yeah,
because
it's true.
they may not know.
Yeah, and just want to add my little opinion here. I think it's really important to realise as well, your idea of respect changes as time goes on. And it's really important to dynamically, as you go on through this journey of being partners and parenting together, it's really important to actually be like, right, my idea of respect has changed, and be able to open up the lines of communication and talk about that. And actually think about how you can better serve one another, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So let's go into our first scenario. Now, just with us, and also just speaking to my friends, this is a common thing. When you've got kids, babies, parenting together and mutual respect, one of the scenarios that a lot of people face is the difficulty of feeling undermined. Feeling like you're not respected when it comes to parenting. Feeling like you're being undermined by your partner. Does that resonate with you, Ash?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be little things that the other person does that makes you think, hold on a sec, you know, I was in the middle of something and you've just swooped in. It can vary from person to person, but I know for me personally, if I'm in the middle of something and then someone then redirects the conversation away from me and onto what they're talking about, that can feel like an undermining situation. So I definitely think I have experienced feeling undermined, but also being responsible for undermining you as well. Sometimes.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah. So what are some solutions to that really common problem?
To be honest, I feel like I sound like a bit of a broken clock, but it does come back to communication.
It does.
Once again. I don't think you can avoid it. I think if there's a way to become good parents, more than anything, it's going to be learning how to talk to each other, how to talk through the problems, because there's always going to be an issue that's going to arise from time to time. You know, you're two different people coming together to raise another person who has their own thoughts, their own desires, their own will, and the only way to kind of do that together is to make sure that you're constantly on the same page. And when you're not, even when it's uncomfortable, you're going to come together to hash out a conversation and make sure that you do get on the right page.
So you're saying that you're a broken clock and you're saying this over and over again. But I just want to be honest. Like, I think if you're not intentional about trying to communicate with your partner about this really sticky topic, you won't do it because it's uncomfortable. And actually, it's better sometimes. Us men, I'm generalizing here, but I feel like men feel like, let's avoid the conflict and let's just pick my battles. And by that, sometimes what we can do is just shush. Yeah. So I think you need to be intentional. I think that's a really good solution, but you need to think about ways to actually be intentional about talking. So like I think a good solution is be like, right, once a week, we're going to spend 5 minutes. And I'm not going to talk, and you're not going to talk. But when it's the person's time to talk, they speak and the other person listens. We do that, and I found it really helpful just to like voice what you want to voice.
Yeah, and I think as well as you're voicing your opinion, it can also help you have that kind of introspection to know exactly what has triggered you.
Yeah.
Because there are times when you're having a conversation and someone's saying, well, why was that annoying? Why did you feel undermined in that moment? I wasn't trying to do that. And sometimes you can't even place what it is that the person has done that has made you feel that way. You just know that you feel that way.
You just know you feel that way. Yeah, it's true.
But you kind of need to have, as I said before, that introspection to actually look at the situation head on and really evaluate, really, what was it that triggered me, and why has that triggered me? Because unless we understand ourselves and our own triggers, it's really going to be impossible to communicate that to our partner. And they can't read our minds.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to scenario number 2. So scenario number 2, when thinking about parenting together and focusing on mutual respect, we thought a big common scenario is feeling like disrespected in front of other family members. So that might be the in-laws, it might be siblings, it might be cousins, but feeling disrespected in front of family members. Does that resonate with you, Ash?
I don't know if resonate is the word, but I can understand how that could be a trigger point in many in many relationships. To be honest, our families are the ones who more than likely know us the best.
Yeah.
And in an all-round kind of way. The only other person who's going to see you in that depth is going to be your partner. So when it seems as if you're being, disrespected, or you're the butt of the joke even, your spouse is just kind of speaking to you a little bit sideways, or whatever it might be, if that's done in front of other people who know you to your core, you almost feel like you need to, what's that word? Kind of not show face. What's the phrase? You need to kind of defend yourself.
Yeah.
In front of
save
them.
face.
Save face. That's the one. You need to save face. You don't want to look like, you don't want to look like a mug. You don't want to look.
You don't want to look like a mug. Yeah, it's true.
In front of those people.
You don't. Yeah.
Particularly if it's those people that really love you, because you don't want them to be saying, well, is this what's going on in their household? Is this how you're being treated? You don't want to seem like you're just this weakling and this person who is acting out of character from how they know you.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I think a solution to that, I'll be the broken record this time. A solution to that is really communicating, especially beforehand, before you actually go into a situation where you could potentially disrespect your partner. Like, going into that without communicating first is a recipe for disaster, I think. So, like, working out what are the things that you don't like here, and also being able to be quick to forgive. Yeah.
Additionally, though, I think couples need to be aware of where they are in their relationship too, because more often than not, you can give your partner the benefit of the doubt if they've said something a bit slick, they're trying to make a joke, and you're the one that's the butt of the joke, then you might be able to brush it off, because deep down this person is for me. Maybe they're just trying to get a rise out of people. They might be trying to get a laugh out of everyone, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because I know they're not intentionally going to go out of their way to embarrass me and disrespect me. Yeah. However, if you are in a place in your relationship where you know that you and your partner are actually really trying to throw jabs and are intentionally doing and saying things to be disrespectful, because you just have that lack of regard at that point in time, that's when I think the main solution would be to seek external help.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's all good being quick to forgive, but you need to be quick to apologize as well.
Yeah, and
the person is actually hurt the other person. Yeah,
and just have some awareness. Like, if our relationship is in a really bad state to the point where we don't really like each other, we're not really saying caring things, loving things, and we know that we're not, and we're actually trying to be mean, we need some help.
Yeah, getting help is a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's true. Right, let's crack on to obviously, for me and you, especially for me, the Bible is really important to think about how to live our lives, especially when it comes to difficult topics like mutual respect and parenting together. So for me, a really good scripture is Proverbs 18 verse 21. So Proverbs chapter 18 verse 21. Ashley, can you read this for me, please?
Yep. So it says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits.
Yeah, real talk. So yeah, like, thinking about the verse, obviously the first thing you think is that, oh yeah, do you know what I say is really important. It's really important that I don't say the wrong thing, because my tongue is powerful. But as well, like, communication is not only what you say, communication is what you don't say as well. So that smirk, that cold shoulder, that body language that denotes like disrespect can actually be more powerful than saying something disrespectful. So I would put it to us men, challenge us men today, to actually think about our non-verbals, the things we don't say. How does that affect the life that we're bringing into a space? How does that affect the fruits that we eat from that verse in Proverbs? Yeah, so I just wanted to leave it there. Yeah, do you want to say anything to the people as we close?
Yeah, just on that point about the non-verbals, I know we've been speaking about how we relate with our partners, but I think the same applies to the children as well.
Yeah.
Kids know when you're not present. So if you're saying, yeah, I'm listening, and you're on your phone, or you've got divided attention, that's non-verbal communication. You're communicating to your child, I'm actually not interested in what you're saying. So yeah, I think it would be worth extending that challenge, not just to your partner, but to your kids as well.
So true. So true.
Let's keep it moving.